shot by Sule, but the finish was a little hard.
As we start 133, a familiar face on the other end for Indiana, Angelo Rini, who competed here at Columbia, going up against Boris Witmer. Rini ranked 29 and 26th.
These guys are old training partners, have been in the room for quite a long time. Rini furthering his education over in Indiana, excuse me.
Rini in the Kelly School of Business, earning his MBA. 40 and 29 record all-time here with Columbia. Was a 2023 NCAA qualifier, going up against Boris Witmer, the senior out of Bellefonte, Pennsylvania.
Both wrestlers here finding their range. Angelo looking for a low shot here. Fighting wrist ties, working on the inside, and Boris in on a shot of his own.
Yeah, he
Head
is.
Inside single.
Circling right around the hamstring of Rini.
Rini doing a good job of that deep waist, keeping him off of his side, off his angle.
Yeah, Rini really holding onto the low back, the waist.
Yeah, that gut is gonna take him far. If he can get to an ankle, maybe he can find himself an angle here. Boris doing a good job of keeping his head on the inside while still maintaining shoulder position here, not giving up, not getting extended.
And maintaining hand position too. He's able to kind of swivel around and almost trying to push Rini a little bit to create some room. And now we'll get a stoppage for stalemate.
Both wrestlers holding really good position here.
Witmer went 0-2 over the weekend, suffered a really tough major decision to Michigan's number 4, Dylan Ragusin, an NCAA qualifier, and then lost to Jake Manley of Cleveland State in a regular.
Fighting hands here.
And Rini thought about Boris able to fend it off, thought about diving down for the legs there.
Rini has a really nice low single that he fires off a lot, and I know these guys have wrestled quite a long time with each other, so I'm sure they're very familiar with each other's takedowns and hand fight sequences. In on the leg is Rini. Head
Rini
inside single. He's going to crack it down to the side.
Swivels around, three-point takedown for the former Lion over Witmer. It's 3-0 lead. Indiana leads the overall duel 3-0.
And Angelo in on a leg here. He's going to let that go.
Now, remember when Angelo wrestled here a couple years ago, obviously he had the season-ending injury last year, but the year prior, he was so dominant on top, and he was able to kind of pick his spots the way he wanted.
Yeah, he was on fire. He's really great on top. He is able to apply a lot of pressure. He digs in his boots. He's also really good at applying back pressure onto his opponents. He has good hips. He's able to hip out of positions, hip into positions. He has a good feel in terms of being able to flow through positions. When he has scrambles, he's always pretty much in control, even though they look a little more chaotic.
Yeah, that's one of the attributes of his matches usually, and he just the bootstraps. I think that's the perfect way to sum it up. That's the way he likes to ride on top.
Yeah, he puts in his boots right here. As you can see, he's trying to work his hips in so that he can extend Boris out. Boris is doing a good job of continue to build himself up because Angelo likes to arch people out. Yeah,
that's how the first period concludes. Angelo Rini last time out, 13-6 win over Sean Speitel of Central Michigan. When talking with Coach Escobedo also, he said about Angelo Rini, he was excited to return to New York, and once he told them that they were facing Columbia, Angelo circled it immediately on his calendar, and now he is on top to start the second. Running time, or rather, Witmer on top, with Witmer running time under a minute for Boris.
Boris with a thigh pry here, looking to get a deep arm on the other side. Scooping that leg, riding hard on one side.
Now he picks his spot on almost thought about between the legs and just tree trunk right on the side, but Rini almost breaking free, and now he does. 1-point escape. 4-0 for Indiana.
40 seconds of riding time in Angelo's favor. Fighting the hands again.
Witmer 3-3 overall this season. Looking for his first dual win. He's got 2 major decisions via tournament.
Finding their range here, kind of feeling each other out.
Yeah, Boris slowing it down a little bit. See where he wants to pick his spot.
Yeah.
Going more tall now, but Rini thought about the right leg. Boris able to fend it away, and now he's low.
once Rini gets his fakes going, that's kind of when he finds his opportunity to score here. Boris needs to do a good job of keeping his hands on Angelo. Angelo likes the space.
And you see just right there, Angelo able to kind of defend that away, and Angelo likes to control the tempo. He's always been able to dictate that on the mat.
Angelo's a quick guy. He normally gets to a leg off of a couple fakes, hard snaps, and then finds his angle there. Boris still just as fast, but seems to be more hands heavy. He goes ties a lot of the time and gets to his high crotches and singles, head inside singles mostly.
And Rini right on that right leg, propels Witmer down, a little bit of a scramble. But Boris holding his own, but
he's going to collect those legs and get three-point takedown.
Does get around Rini. 7-0 lead as the second period concludes. Indiana leads the overall duel 3-0 after the really close bout win at 125 for Jacob Moran. And we'll have Witmer on the bottom and Rini on top to start the final period.
Working here will be hard. Angelo getting his leg in early on, looking to break Boris down. In the previous period, Boris wasn't able to get up and out when he was taken down, so hopefully adjustments can be made here to clear that bottom leg.
Yeah, now he's trying to see if he can get some backs, puts him around on his back.
In a cradle position, he's looking
got
for a
the
pin
cradle
here.
Locked. He's got 4 near falls right now as Grasso looks in. See if he can get the shoulder blades down.
Finding space here, using that knee to kind of push off of Boris's back. Boris gets back to his belly.
So they'll count it, the near fall, for 4 point.
And Boris trying to break those arms, and he does.
Yeah, 11-0, extends the lead. It looked like he almost had that left shoulder was close down to the mat, but the right one, credit to Boris, wasn't really in that direction, so he wasn't able to get the pin.
Yeah, Boris's hips were turned pretty well, so it allowed him to stay off of his back. Angelo, as you can see, was making space by using his knee, pushing Boris's body away to hopefully suck back in that other shoulder. And then when they came back, he was looking to relock and take him for more back points. Boris did a good job of finding his knee and his arm and being able to extend that out to break that lock. But here we go again. Hopefully Boris can clear those hands here. Looks like he's in a little bit more of a defensible position, but Rini jumps over for another cradle, and he's going to take him back again.
See if he can get him up a couple backs. Grasso counts off. He's got 4 locked up again for the 4 points, and that should do it. The tech fall with the riding time would be 16-0 for the former Lion. Back in his former home, Angelo Rini, the 16-0 tech fall, extending Indiana's lead as he defeats Boris Witmer at 133.